Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You are watching Plum Bob Diaries with MJ, and today we are continuing my Memory Lane series. So if you are new to my channel and new to the series, I have been going down memory lane looking at all my old past builds. Before I had a YouTube channel and all of that, I have a plethora of builds on my gallery that you guys will never see the process of because they're created already. And I thought, well, why not just take a trip down memory lane and show off these builds to you guys, because maybe you guys want to put them in your game. And you know, if you love a good retro build, if you love storytelling, or you just appreciate a good build and you like that for your family homes, check out my stuff, check out my gallery, and enjoy these videos that I'm dropping in the Memory Lane series. All right, so today we're gonna check out another home that's in this neighborhood, the starter neighborhood in Willow Creek. Now, I've done a video in this neighborhood before. We looked at the elderly bungalow, and I did explain to you guys that I was gonna do a whole neighborhood of elderly folks, and that growing together inspired me to want to make elders in my game and have grandparents and have that family gameplay, so like grandkids could have a place to stay over, and that families could have their, you know, their grandparents come over to their own house. And so the grandparents' house we're looking at today belongs to an African American couple in their elderly years called the Cozies. Now, the Cozies are parents of the Brownies, Lyric Brownie in particular. You may have seen her. She did like a gameplay test with me, and you may have seen her kids. Cute little family. So we're gonna get into Lyric, who's a music producer. Her childhood bedroom is in this house. And it's so cool because when I thought about this build, I thought about it in terms of lore, you know, because I didn't play with Lyric as a teenager. I made her as is as an adult, but with, of course, growing together to be a thing and have stayovers and all of that, I wanted to make sure kids had a place to stay. And so her kids would come here to the grandparents' house and they could sleep in her old bedroom. So really, really cool. So let's get into it. Again, courtesy of Mr. Sunny Boulevard, our property manager, he's giving us a tour today. In fact, let me go into like tab mode. Tab, and we make the slow approach to the inside. This is a nice little porch too. Love that cobblestone for a mid-century build. Now, when you get into the house, this is what it looks like, and it's very reminiscent of like an old mid-century like apartment I've been into. I want to say I went into like a family member's house that had this exact layout. Now, it may not have had all these mid-century features because I was born in the 90s, so in the 90s, most likely it had been renovated to have 90s features, but now you guys can see what it would look like in its original state. So anyway, the Cozies, that's one Cozy over there. That is Mr. Gerald Cozy, and he has a wife. Oh, that trash can is just full. He has a wife called Carol. She's around here somewhere too. So anyway, this is our entryway. You come in through the house, and then there's like a little bit of tile or like stone at the front entrance. This is very common in a lot of homes, to where that's just your entryway. That's it, nothing more. But I love that little touch of realism. That is a hall down to the rest of the house. Now, this is the only house that breaks that rule that I have. I'm like, if you have a home, there should at least be 3 bedrooms. This house, unfortunately, has 2 bedrooms. Mind you, I was still learning at the time. Again, growing from someone who had trouble roofing, had trouble with exteriors, I ran out of space. That is my excuse. I ran out of space and I was not able to fit extra room in here. And plus, I just didn't have it for the story. So I'm okay with it here. I'm so sorry if you want to live here and you need more than 2 rooms. But if you don't care, hey, have a stab at this house. So anyway, let's go on over to the living room. Now, The main attraction here in this living room, and what I think nails that 60s aesthetic, is this furniture. Like, you will not find a print on furniture like this unless you're looking at an old vintage retro couch from, mid-century. Or, I mean, there were some wacky prints in the 90s, but not like this. Mm-mm. And if you are wondering where the heck did I find this couch set, if you look closely, let me get inside. This is the couch set from Cats and Dogs. So if I go in build mode, you will see that if I click on the swatch picker, that same Nantucket coastal Brindleton Bay type couch, how beautiful it is, has this crazy swatch on the end. And it works for in here, and I was so surprised to find that. The only other crazy kind of swatch it has is this one, which I'm not sure what I use this for, probably for a 90s style home, but yeah. Anyway, the very versatile couch. I really like that they added that to the game. And let's go back into live mode. So this is our living room set here, and it's a nice little cozy set. In my previous video, we were at another mid-century house, which was bigger, larger, for a more wealthier family. And now you guys are getting to see something for more of a modest family with a modest wallet. And I like living in builds like these because they're so familiar, and they're so like, they bring such a touch of realism and like nostalgia to them when you play here. So I really like this. Another cool thing, this TV here. Now, this is so cool because this fits the vibe. Now, if you're looking at this, you're wondering like, that is cool. Where did she find that? It is an eco lifestyle TV. So if you don't know, there are retro TVs that you could only find through gameplay. You can't buy them in the build catalog, right? I found this in the debug, well, it's not debug, but if you put in a certain cheat code to unlock, what's hidden through gameplay, you'll be able to see it and place it in a build. But you have to have not had a family on the lot to do it, because you'll be restricted. But anyway, this is so cool. I love this. And it matches the furniture quite well. Another cool thing that's very mid-century here. Hi, you look crazy. Let me get away. Stone walls and more wood paneling. So again, at the other house that we looked at that was mid-century, we had wood paneling, but it was like more luxurious and a different type of wood. This one is definitely more fitting for this style of home, and I like how it's more lightened up, more cozy. We have a little dining space over here. Now this is really cool. Now this table is courtesy of the bowling stuff pack, which had a ton of mid-century stuff in here, which is why I thought this table was so fitting. And then the chairs, again, eco lifestyle. Like, eco lifestyle is a great pack, comes with so many cool items. The gameplay is amazing. When you know how to play and when you know what to do, then you'll be able to enjoy it and have fun. I know a lot of people complain about that pack because they don't know what to do, they don't know how to play it. So yeah, hopefully in the next generation of the Sims team, not Sims team, but the Sims franchise, whether that be a Sims 5, there'll be more intuitive ways for our community to learn how to use the packs that they're buying. Anyway, so I like this, especially with the little cabinetry. I made a china cabinet out of cabinetry. So if you're wondering, like, I've never seen this object before, where did you get that? It's a trick of the eye, because it's literally a vintage cabinet. So you know how, like, when you're in the kitchen, like if I go here and I go in the kitchen and there are cabinets here, all you see are upper cabinets. But if you go through the extra options, so let's say this is a base game cabinet. Where is that base game cabinet? Is it here? I think it's this one. Go to base game. I put it in the honey oak color, and then by default I already have automatic counters off so I can see every piece. The tall ones a lot of times can be used as cabinetry. as double cabinets. So that's what I've done here. And I made like a little makeshift china cabinet, which is very reminiscent because I've been in plenty of homes with china cabinets. My auntie had a china cabinet and she would keep all her good china in there, all the plates that you weren't supposed to use. And so it's so nice to like play that out in The Sims with an elderly family that would do such a thing. So I really love that, enjoy that. And they also have this nice little cute cozy kitchen over here. Now this is very realistic because it has like the peekaboo bar over, and then this is how you actually enter, and it's nice and spacious. We got a lot of counter space here. So we got the bar, which is right here. Now I had to like, oh, excuse my phone. So I had a bar here that I think I may have like alt placed, because as you can see, there's a difference between the bar counters and the regular counters. They are different sizes, but I knew I wanted this look, so I had to make do with what I had. So you do get a little funny gap here, but I mean, I ignore that for gameplay because it still functions. It functions fine. It's not an eyesore. Also, I used like this old Jungle Adventure cabinet at the time. Not cabinet, a refrigerator. Jungle Adventure refrigerator, because this reminds me of like an old school, what they used to call ice boxes back in the day. So yeah, this looks like it can pass as like a smeg fridge. So that's why that's there. And then of course we got the appliances to match. And one thing I like doing in the kitchen is adding windows above the sink. I feel like it creates a moment. So that's what I did there, and yeah, it looks good. Come to think of it, I got all this room back here. I could have added an extra room. Now this is one place in the house of which I'm not sure, did I mention this already? I have this rule of which I feel like it shouldn't be a house unless it has at least 3 bedrooms. Right? Because what's the point of investing in a house? You could just invest in an apartment if you're gonna have less than 3 bedrooms. So that was my rule. But at the time that I did this, I ran out of space. Again, I'm good at interior layouts, but I think that unless it was not on my mind, I could barely remember. But yeah, this only has 2 bedrooms in this house. So sorry if you need to host more than 2, but it works for the storyline that I have. But if you still like this house, you can get it from the gallery. In fact, let me share with you the name of this house. This is called the Brownie Elder's Home. So Brownie, like the, dessert, Elder's Home. It is on this 30 by 20 lot, and you can find it on the gallery under my gallery ID, Marsh Attack 12. So I got plenty of stuff here. Go ahead and check out that gallery if you want, if you're interested. Lots of retro aesthetic builds. But yeah, back to live mode. We've got the kitchen. Before I go on to like the bedrooms and all of that, we do have this big giant sliding glass door. I mean, it wouldn't be a mid-century build without it. And I like how the door kind of acts as like a window to outside as well. So if I go here, I really like the idea of a above ground pool. So I'm not sure if did I figure this out before I did the 80s house or not? I can't remember. It might have been before. Because I remember thinking, I remember those pool types, the kind of pools that are above ground and they have like this little, sort of weaving around it. Yeah. So that was the idea with this pool. And I like it. It's pretty cool. It's functional. Like as you tell, I've been here, so I know what it's like to play here. But I love these above ground pools, especially these that are dated. That I don't see too many of these. At least where I'm from. Maybe if I was in a warmer climate, I would. But this to me is something that's dated that I don't see much of. All right, but yeah. that's pretty much our yard. Our pool takes up majority of our yard. If you don't like it, if you just want yard space, you could totally get rid of this. This is a pretty decent yard size without the pool. Oh, here's Jerome Brownie now. So Jerome Brown, this would be his in-laws house. So funny how this is him that speaks up, that's calling us right now. So just because it's him, I answered the phone. He seems like good company. Yes, I think you should go for it. He's talking about Peter Foe. So Peter Foe is another guy that I made in Mount Kamarabi, which, oh my gosh, that was a journey of its own. Telling you guys, I'm telling you guys about the struggle that I had trying to make a Mount Kamarabian house. A Japanese style house was so much of a big project to me. So I'm like, how do you get the roof line straight? I couldn't figure it out. But anyway, she has finally showed her face. This is Miss Carol Cozy. So she's the wife of the house. You saw Gerald walking around. That was the husband. But yeah, there are a cute little couple that live here. Now, Carol is friends with Gia, my Italian couple next door. They're an Italian elderly couple next door. And yeah, Gia is her best friend. They swap recipes all the time. And Carol actually runs like a lot of stitching. She's into nifty knitting. That's what it is. Nifty knitting. She's into knitting, and she's just getting into Plopsy. So her and Gia, they grew up with that lifestyle of being a housewife, and they enjoy it. But Carol has found a new passion for knitting and this whole Plopsy ordeal. So she was gonna be my my test with Plopsy. I have yet to sell on Plopsy, or what's the other one with the high school pack? You know what I mean. People say, oh, I sold this for $1 million. I can't do it. I've tried. I have barely sold anything. If I sold anything, it's probably $25 for an outfit. But yeah, I have yet to have anyone buy anything from Plopsy or from that one. What is it? Trendy? Yeah. So that's what it is. She's just grooving. I love that we got this retro vinyl player with the Get Famous pack. She's even listening to like, what is this, soulful music? Yeah, it's soul or disco, one of that. But yeah, really nice. That's Gerald over there. He's in the military. So yeah, he actually still a working man. He still goes to work and goes to the what do you call them? The military stations. Yeah, so he still goes to post every single, work day. But him and Carol are still in love after all these years, and they spoil their grandkids. There's just one toddler that's just she kind of gets whatever she wants. It's not my fault. But you guys know Callie if you've seen a previous video. Anyway, so this is the bathroom of the house. There's only one bathroom in this house. And again, I made it a laundry combo. So yeah, if you're into laundry and you want to have that fun, you can go ahead and still play with laundry day in this build. Yeah, it's very old in here. You could tell from the wood paneling and the old oak. It's so old. And I love it. I love being in that aesthetic. Over here, before we go on to Gerald and Carol's room, we're gonna go in Lyric's room. So Jerome, who called, this is his wife's old childhood bedroom. So, oh my gosh, there's so much in here. There's so much character. I don't know who this random person is coming up to me, but yes. So there's a lot going on. So let me, first of all, get behind the door, put on tab, so I can give you a proper tour. Here we are. So as soon as you walk through the room, you're greeted by the bed and just the overall look. And as you could tell, we still have those retro curtains. What did that come with? Parenthood? Parenthood came with quite a bit of retro things. It could also be Seasons too. I have to look. But Lyric, this is her old bedroom. She is a music producer as an adult, but this is her childhood bedroom where she had her interest in music and in concerts, and now you see her um, her old interest and how her room reflects that. So as you can see, band poster on the wall, a little keyboard over here against the window, got this cool little vintage shelf unit, and yeah, this is some of her inspiration. Love that. And then over here, you had to get a computer at some point. So um I don't know, maybe she was a teen or a college student in the 90s. I can't recall, but or maybe she was a preteen, who knows. But this is her childhood bedroom, and I just think it's so cool. And we got this. Can I say how much I love this unit? The thing about this unit, I can't even remember who's the creator of this. Shout out to who made this unit, because it is so versatile that it works in retro builds, because as you can tell by the legs, it has the like those retro legs that would fit for a mid-century build, but there's a lot of mid-century influence in today's furniture, so that's why this also works for any modern build as well. But yeah, use this wardrobe if you're ever in between what to pick. This one is a good one. We also got some hanging plants from Nifty Knitting as well, and then we also went with a lava lamp, because why not, have a lava lamp. It's retro. It's a retro build. And now again, I made this years ago. There's so many kits and like added things that could even add more retroness to this. Like again, we got Adventure Awaits that came out a few months ago that I could totally even make even more retro builds. But yeah, this was a good one. We did good with what we had, and it turned out amazing. This looks like a believable retro bedroom. Oh, and especially this little lamp right here. Like this little lamp, what did it come with? So I click this here. Actually, let me Bubble Trouble. The bowling pack. I should have known. So yeah, the bowling pack is a good one to have a bunch of mids. This is definitely a mid-century funky pattern. So love that. All right, so we are done in Lyric's old bedroom. We are going to go over to her parents' room. If you want this house, again, you can find it on the gallery. If you want to renovate it, you could totally do a hallway here. Like instead of this being a bathroom, it could be a passway hallway that has a laundry room that leads to another bedroom. And yeah, because you got the yard space to do it. In fact, I might add on to it, but I wasn't sure if I would keep these houses here and make a whole new like elderly estate somewhere else. We'll see. But yeah, as you can see, those curtains continue on in here, same sort of style. And yeah, so this is the bedroom of Carol and Gerald. They have ancestors on the wall. This is a little dresser over here. It's not really a dresser, but sometimes I like to use this item. Again, I'm not sure if this was made by the same creator, but same vibes. You have this furniture piece that looks like it could be retro but also modern, so love that. So I had to use that. Oh, we also went with this very funky wallpaper. Like you could only find such a thing in the 60s, something like that. Oh yeah, definitely. And so yeah, that's just one side of their room. They do have a pet. Do they have a pet? Or was I supposed to make them a pet? I can't remember. I know that I know Lyric has a dog that sometimes comes over, but I can't remember. Was I supposed to make them a pet? Okay, anyway. So this is the rest of the room. So as you can see, more wood paneling. We made that funky accent wall. We did use the mid-century bed that came with Get Famous. I mean, there's nothing more perfect than that. And I love the artwork that came with it too. I love how this looks like it, it could be interpreted as ancestral art or African art. I like that. And shout out to the new, like, the Sims team for making like that new base game update where we have African art in the game now, African inspired items. I really like that. And also we got this wood paneled dresser. Now it came with Eco Lifestyle. Again, Eco Lifestyle is such a great pack. And again, this is furniture that is could be seen as retro or modern depending on how you use it. So it worked here. And it's out of reclaimed wood at that. So yeah, this is their bedroom. It is a larger room at that. Love that. They get this big view of the street. So best believe Miss Carol is nosy because she can see everything that's going on. She got windows on all sides of her rooms. So yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a tour. Oh, look at these two being cute out here. But yeah, that is the tour. I've had fun. It was fun showing you guys this. But yeah, I want to say if oh, why did I put this out there? There's probably a reason that I did. So let me save this. If you are adept at building now, you can go ahead and make this into a dream home if you want to and still have a bathroom. Because, for instance, you could easily fit another bedroom here. I'm just going to do it real quick. For those of you like, and it could even be a bigger room. So, if you want to, you can have a little hall here that then leads to here, and then so let me see. But you know what's common in old bedrooms? How the windows be like that at the top. Put that over here, and then this here. Okay, and then you'll be able to do that. And actually you just need this piece with the toilet, this here, actually there. You could put this back where it came from. You don't need this other stuff. And then you could just, I want to say there's a retro light. I'm going to just show you guys real quick because it's simple. If you wanted to add an extra bedroom, yeah, you take an old mid-century light like this, right? And like I said, you can close off an area. Oh yeah, let me not forget the room. Actually, I might have that be a hallway. So if you were to do something like this, right? And we're going to open that up like that. Now you have a hallway, and then if I do Control-Shift-C, bb.move objects on, there is by default, if you go to base game, how wide is this? You want the super wide one. Is that too wide? A little bit too wide. Now here we go, perfect. So let's say if you really want to go for that laundry aesthetic, right? You take this. I've done this before too, and I really like this. So you just move your laundry over. That's it. Laundry day. Go here. Where is the laundry day pack? There is an actual shelf item in which you could take this, put it in that mid-century brown color. Okay, and then yeah, so since this has, let me see, do I want carpet? Yeah, we'll probably just keep the carpet going. So this is our tile, and then what did we have for the bathroom? We had this. We're gonna keep that going. There we go. And then what you're gonna do is you just copy the wood paneling, because there's wood paneling all throughout over here. And then you could take this here, hit G. So yeah, voila. Now you have an extra space and you have 3 bedrooms. In fact, let me add carpet in there. And I actually want to add another window because it's a bathroom. You need at least another window. Here, I'll use a bit. Oh, base game doesn't come with the wood swatch. We're gonna have to improvise. Sometimes when you don't have the right window shape you want, you're gonna put 2 of these right next to each other. And boom, now you have a classic window. This one is a little bit overlapping, so I'm gonna just put it just a little higher. There we go. And there you have it. Let me see. So this was all in extensions. We're gonna add that there. Add this here. And as you can tell, I didn't put no landscaping back here because I just kept it simple. Actually, you really don't need anything up here. You could put gravel up here if you wanted to. Let's see, where's the, are these? Yeah, you could put gravel up here if you wanted to. And then sometimes what I like to do is I'll add a little fence at the top, something like this, to really give off the vibes of this is just roof area. So there we have it. Now you have a house with an extension, and if you want it to be extra fancy, you could even do a skylight. Okay, so whether you want to use the what's it called, you can make skylights a couple of ways. You could do it with this. It's kind of big. And then you just add glass as a texture. Probably something like that. That's something you'd see in the 80s. Oh, and make sure that these are tucked in. Alright, now that's more believable. Now as you can see, there's part hallway there, so you don't want to do that. But you can have a skylight here, which is a really cool feature. And then sometimes you could add another fence to add like an extra trim and whatnot. Let me move that back. Or so I thought you could use a trim. Go back. I lied. Don't follow those instructions. Don't follow them at all. Alright. Well, the other option is you just put the whatchamacallit on it. These roof trims this way. I'm gonna go with dark wood because that's like the theme. And I'm also gonna add, because the side is sticking through, add that to the roof, and there you have it. Now you have a skylight. Oh, I did not realize I have a light coming down. So in that case, I wouldn't even put that there because you have skylight. I would go with a wall light so that you can avoid yeah, something old like this. All right, and there you have it. Okay, so now this build follows my rule. And if you're somebody that doesn't like bright lights in the build like me, you could just do another wall light as well. And you could just have this over here. And now, you can have extended an extended family. So now you got now you have a full, matter of fact, let me move the laundry basket next to this little laundry section, and it still looks retro. You got a trip to the bathroom, boom, still share that. And then this nice big spacious room for whoever needs it. If you want even more light, you can still add this, and it still goes with that theme. Now, was this high up or low down? I'm gonna do low down like that. Is that believable? I think it is. All right, so yeah, and there you have it. You have an updated mid-century build. So thank you guys for checking this out with me. I guess I might as well put this on the gallery. Let's see. Save to my library. This lot. I'm gonna save this as version 2, so you guys know what it is. Is version 2 of the Brownie Elders home with an additional bedroom. And then I'll go ahead and put hashtag MJ Memory Lane. All right, so now we can say, oh, there are 3 bedrooms here and 1 toilet. Bam. Save a lot to gallery. Well, actually, let's go ahead and share it. Oh, and that's another thing with this gallery. As you can see, the actual photo of the gallery is of the side of the lot. Even though when you load onto the lot, if you've been a simmer, you know. But this is how the thumbnail will look when you see it in the gallery. But yeah, version 2. If you're interested, go ahead and go claim it from the gallery. And yeah, this has been wonderful. For some reason, I can't even upload to the gallery right now, but when I get it on there, you guys can download this. You can get the original without the additional room already. That's already on there. And yeah, so until next time, I'll have another build for us to explore. Thank you for coming down memory lane with me and for doing a little build process with me. That was cool. That was fun. And spending a day with our cozy fam, our Carol and Gerald cozy elderly couple. So thanks for checking me out and have a good day. Bye.